From the Green Room Studios at Bates Nursery in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Gardening Inside Out, a podcast with highlights from our Saturday morning live show, answering all your gardening questions, giving you plant advice for any space in your life. Let's start the show.
Hey, y'all, that's Tyler over there.
And hey, it's Caroline over there.
And what's up?
What's up? I don't know, about 20 feet between us.
That's not 20 feet.
That's probably 10. Imagine if it was 20.
I was like, well, I'm 5'3", and I think 1.5 of me might fit.
Okay, so that's like 5 bird baths.
It's like 5 bird baths. Correct.
1.5? I think we could get 2.
Well, we'll test it out after we finish recording this intro.
Depends on if it's the height of your bun right now or if it's your arms above your head.
That's true. No, it doesn't include either of those things.
Really?
I do have big hair. You think 5'3" is measured it's a part of it when they measure my height? My arms or my hair? No.
There are different referential ways, okay, to measure distance. And if you're using the entire length of you, your arms count if they're above your head.
True. You know what, Tyler? Sure. Okay. But let's go ahead and get into this week's intro. I feel like we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. And maybe we should talk about one thing right off the rip.
Does it have to do with lettuce again?
No.
Okay, what is it?
I promise I won't say that word. At least in this broadcast. You know, I think people are getting the message also. I've seen some hydroponic photos going up.
Yeah.
Of the green leaves.
I ripped out most of my greens that had bolted. It was time for them to go last week.
Wait, what?
So I'm getting ready for new ones.
How bolted are they? It was pretty warm this summer.
They've been bolted for like a month or two.
So they're Michael bolted.
They were definitely Michael bolted. All of my mustard greens, no leaves, just a big stalk with seeds on it. The flowers had gone to seed already. So I was not going to get anything out of that other than seeds, which I could have done and I didn't do. But my raised beds, or at least some of them, are ready for fall crops.
So how are you supposed to live without your
Why
Michael
are you
Bolton
Googling?
beds? I had to make sure that song is actually by Michael Bolton.
Wait, what song?
How am I supposed to live without you?
Oh my God, sing it.
Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you?
How do you do it, Tyler?
I have a voice.
You do have a voice, the voice of an angel.
You know, you kind of lean into the back and dig in a little bit, and I think that's the magic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the magic.
Listeners, I'm sure you've heard our Garden Snacks episode, but that's Tyler singing on those.
Garden. Oh, that's the wrong one. Garden. That's the wrong one too. Garden Snacks.
That's not the right one.
That's the wrong one too. It's just not going to work.
Definitely staying in. I will not be editing any of this out.
It's all live at the time.
Intro that we've had ever, maybe.
I don't know. We just want to tickle your feathers a little bit before we get in and talk about our plant updates.
Stuff. Yes, but I did clear out 2 beds.
2 beds. Of greens?
Of greens. And I do want to start a second round of beans, but I am about to leave town and I feel like it's a really bad idea to start seed right before I go out of town for almost 11 days.
Do you have some short harvest beans?
I don't know what I have left, so I might have to look at what we have here and read the back of the packages. And, you know, honestly, by the time I get back, it might be too late, and that's okay because I can sow some greens and it will be just fine.
I'm looking at some beans right in front of me. I just happen to have stashed here. We got Blue Lake.
What is the harvest on that?
58-day maturity on that.
That one's longer, I think.
And then
some are like 45.
There's a jade bush bean here, 55 days. So yeah, we got to crank those days on down.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Well, is it so bad to have overgrown beans when you get back?
Well, they're already pretty bad. So I also wasn't great at watering some of my raised beds this summer. So the beans just don't seem great.
Okay.
Although I did get some really great harvests for a while. You know what bed is doing amazing? My tomatoes and their raised bed.
Tomatoes.
Producing like crazy. I'm getting so many tomatoes every day.
Maybe I don't need to hear this from you.
Okay, I take it back. I'll edit that out and go ahead and edit out of your brain so you didn't hear it.
No, I already heard it.
Are you not getting a lot of tomatoes for you?
I'll tell you what, the celebrity is not walking the red carpet.
Really?
No.
My celebrity is great this year, and it was great last year.
I must have to add some fertilization because right now I've got a whole bunch of vining mess with no fruit.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding
you. Why are you cursed when it comes to tomatoes? It's Mercury in retrograde, isn't it?
I don't know. It could be a Mercury Gatorade.
Mercury Gatorade.
Just in my backyard, just in that one raised bed. Or, I don't know, in the backyard.
I just don't understand what it is with you and tomatoes.
What's your deal, man?
I think this is the third year of us talking about your tomato drama.
I don't know. I probably need like a cleanse or something, you know?
That's what you need.
I need to start growing in my front yard instead of my back.
Sun? Is it shaded by stuff?
Now that might be a thing. It is shaded a little bit by my cedar tree. That bed is far enough back that it could be a factor, but it gets sun in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's weird. I always fertilize with garden tone for my veggie beds.
I just can't remember if I did or not. So
you know what, Tyler? There's always next year.
Hey, I think I'm going to lean into that.
You're going to really grow a lot of tomatoes next year, and it's going to be really, really great.
I have a ton of okra growing literally 3 feet from those tomatoes.
Okay.
Which is just one tomato.
And it's producing a lot?
Like crazy.
If okra is producing, then I feel like then it would be enough sun for tomatoes as well.
I think I'm going to go with the tomato curse that was inflicted upon this land in 2015.
How do we lift this curse?
I'm going to have to think about it.
Did you buy your house in 2015?
I think so.
Cool. I bought mine in 2017.
Wow.
2 years after you.
Yeah, that's 20 heavy.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Really great. Actually, it is. Doesn't seem like it, but then you're like, that was a long, long time ago.
Yeah. You know what's not a long time ago? It's actually right now.
What?
The summer sale season at nurseries across America. And let me tell you, if you're not looking for deals right now, you are missing out.
It's time for you to get out there.
Surely, if a nursery is open during the summertime, you should be able to find a nice little discount in there, a little chunk off, a little clearance rack, something that you can dig through. I have been
shopping the clearance rack at Lowe's quite often.
Yes. We here at Bates Nursery have given away some of our annuals, finally, that have been left over. And we had some herbs and things and some, what do you call them, begonias.
How do you say?
Begoners.
Begoners.
That we got
They will be begoners soon. My begonias are begoners. Those died in my mixed containers. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Not all of them.
No?
I just realized I have some different begonias in another one. Sorry, I just totally got you off track. We were talking about going to your local garden center and hitting it up for the summertime sales.
That's right. Yeah, it's fun. And I feel like, at least if you're on the East Coast, things have been kind of a mild roller coaster. We'll have some hot temps and heat, but then that kind of gets wiped away with some rain, and then heat and rain, and in between that, you find deals.
Yes, you do.
So go in and have a look around and support your local garden center this time of year, because sooner than later, they will be tightening up and ramping up for fall.
That's right. And then you'll be too consumed with your fall crops and your fall mix containers to get those perennials and those shrubs and all those fun things. I have been giving into our sale and buying more stuff.
Yes.
I bought a white scutellaria. I've got a Smoky Mountain mint just behind you on my desk.
You have been back and forth on that one.
Okay, you know what?
For like a week.
It's because I already have one. And I was like, well, maybe I can pull up some and separate it and put it in this new spot, because I cleared out another bed in my wild area that I'm like, this would fit perfectly. It would be right next to the short-toothed mountain mint. And y'all, listeners, the blooms on the Smoky Mountain mint are so gorgeous. It's like a larger bloom in a little cluster with a little pink. It's kind of smoky looking. And yeah, so I'm finally getting it.
I thought there was also a little rouge or something to the leaves. Smokiness.
There's like right on the outside of the leaves, it's like this kind of reddish dark charcoaly color.
Okay, cool.
It's a lot darker than any of the other mountain mint leaves.
For sure.
Yes, for sure. But it's a great one. And then I'm also getting a redhead fountain grass because we got some little 1 gallons in. And lately, I have been absolutely obsessed with putting perennial grasses in my wild bed.
Cool.
They're so pretty down there.
Cool.
So pretty. Just random. There's no rhyme or reason to where they are. I just put one where there's room.
So
If
you'll
there's
have these
space,
little
it gets a grass now.
stalk explosions around all your flowers and lower things.
Yes, I will.
Cool.
Sure will.
That's real neat.
It is really neat. It's really great. I have been spending a lot of time in my garden lately. Part of it is the weather. The other part is that I'm about to go out of town and I need to get my house ready for my cat sitter. So instead of doing that, I'm buying more plants and putting more pathways down in my down in my bed. But I added pathways this weekend. It was great.
We all work in fun ways, don't we?
Yes, we do. We absolutely
Procrastination is motivation.
Procrastination nation, I would say, is what I am currently right now.
Well, I have to be proud of myself a little bit because I pushed past some procrastination to stop looking at the terrible looking coneflower blooms that have set in.
Did you cut them back?
I cut back my coneflower. It's the first time I actually seasonally remembered
But you didn't leave them up for the birds?
No, because I'm going to let them bloom again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
There was a lot of bud set beneath all these flowers, and I'm like, I can't let that go to waste. I'm going to go ahead and just clean them up and let them push again because I think we got time.
That makes me a little jealous.
I have like a little wild bed in my front yard that I don't touch at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that also has milkweed and coneflower in it, but I just literally leave it alone.
Yeah.
Right now, the wild blackberries and black raspberries are just taking it over, which I feel like I have to fight that back a little bit to give the other guys a chance.
Yeah, those get so dense and turn into brambles. You just gotta get them out while you can. Speaking of chopping stuff.
Speaking of,
I did cut back my catmint again. This will be second or third time I've cut it back this year. And it grows so big, so beautiful, so many blooms, and then it was getting a little sprawly, so I gave it a good whack back all the way to the ground, just about.
I need to take a page out of your book with that because mine in my container has still done nothing, and I need to rejuvenate it.
Did it bloom this? It bloomed.
No, not really.
What is going on with your garden?
I don't know. I'm probably not fertilizing properly or something.
I don't fertilize any of my flower beds.
Well, I'm cursed.
If they're flowers in the ground, they're not getting anything.
I don't know.
Did your catmint? It was catmint for sure.
Mm-hmm. And lavender. My lavender hasn't bloomed either.
That's weird.
It's in a container. It probably needs to be fertilized.
Maybe. I'm so sorry though.
It's okay.
Yeah, maybe if you cut it back and fertilize it. Give it a
I've
little
never
bloom
had
boost.
these like big, bountiful containers or anything. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just because I'm not blue watering. I don't know if there's
Could
some
be.
secret out there. But my beds are doing well.
My containers, I do fertilize. Like I did fertilize all of my containers on Monday because I freshened them up a little bit. I got some caladium freckles here
Freckles.
with the big sale we're running.
Aye.
And I put that in my shade mix container that's got my crested bear paw fern. It's got some kind of begonia. I think it's called Sophia that's doing really great. And it had geraniums in it, but it was just not enough sun for the geraniums, which I knew when I put them in. So I pulled those out and put them in my mixed containers that are in front of those that get quite a bit of direct sun.
Very nice.
Mixed container mania at my house this year.
Well,
Although I made 3 different ones in my landscape in these big giant pots. And in each one I put an orange knockout rose that I got in a little 1-gallon pot. Maybe it's 2-gallon. They were small, but they were healthy and great. Still are. And then I put celosia in some and angelonia, kind of mixed them in. And then in the front, I put black sweet potato vine. Can't see any of the plants other than the sweet potato vine now. At this point, that's all there is. The roses keep peeking up when they send up a bloom. They're like, I'm still here. And then when I look down at them, when I water them, like the leaves are still glossy. They look great. But that sweet potato vine is just, it's too happy.
I'm thinking we got to think outside the box here. We have to put another smaller pot with an annual in it that is not growing in the same space as a sweet potato vine.
Sweet potato vines just, you got to have something huge and tall with them. And they look, I mean, they are a great mixed container plant. There is a business in downtown Ashland City that I drive past sometimes that has sweet potato vine in their containers out front. And I mean, it's just going wild. They must water it all the time. It looks so good, so clean, so healthy. Maybe they blue water, probably. But that is, I mean, if you've got the space, go with some sweet potato vine. I even put some in my my hanging mix containers this year, and I'm like, this was crazy because that's hanging pretty far down, but it looks good.
It looks good.
Mm-hmm. It looks great.
I just wish it would play nice with others. It's just it's a big kid
kind of
in a
bully.
little kid playground.
Definitely.
So my thornless prickly pear is finally growing.
Was it not?
After 3 months in the ground of nothing.
When did you plant it?
3 months ago.
Oh, okay.
It was in a little pot.
Yeah.
I had kept it. I feel like it took it quite a minute to break dormancy, but it finally started forming some buds.
Are you so excited?
Yes, I am.
Are they blooms or are they new?
They're just buds for
pads?
new pads.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm excited.
That's maybe more exciting than the blooms.
Yeah, I want to see the structure of the cactus build first. It's probably another year away from blooming. I don't know if it's going to do anything this year.
Yeah, it's a little bit late. My cactus bloomed probably like a month ago. Huh.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I don't think I got any fruit on any of my cactus this year.
No.
Why?
Don't tell me that.
That's weird. I usually have so much fruit on my prickly pears.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any on my neighbors either, but I haven't looked that closely recently.
That's really weird. I'm going to
taking a year off?
Like, maybe. Well, maybe they didn't bloom this year. I thought they did. Now I've just confused myself. But
That's
they
all
would have
you.
bloomed by now. It's already August. I don't know what's going on.
When I redid my pond, I dug out my prickly pear, existing prickly pear that was really prickly. This one I'm glad has less thorns.
Yeah, it
And-
still does have some, but they're hidden in there. You have to like really grab it and then it'll get you.
Yeah.
And then it'll get you.
So I'm hoping this one fares well. It is in my front yard bed. It's in full sun. And right next to that is a really great example of why fall planting is just so awesome. Because I have 2 blue rug junipers that were planted, one in fall, one in spring. And the one in fall is just kicking butt.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's like almost twice the size of the one I planted in spring.
Yeah. Well, it had all winter to really establish its roots.
Yeah.
Get
it's,
going.
It's just amazing how you see the proof right there in front of you. You know, the reinforcement that, hey, there's a reason why they tell you to do this stuff.
The proof is in the seasons.
It is.
Sure is.
For some reason, I went seasoning recipe. Stop
Because
it, brain.
We got that comment on the broadcast that you listeners will hear all about where somebody asked Tyler for his recipes.
Yeah. Still getting there.
Still getting there. You know, I actually do have one, and it's not mine, but I took my sweet parents to the airport yesterday. And when I went to pick them up, they have a fig tree that has produced a ton of figs this year, which mine, I haven't gotten any off mine yet. And so they made me a little basket of figs, and then my dad gave me a carton of whipping cream out of their fridge. And he was like, this doesn't sound like the best thing ever, but you got to try it. When you get home, cut your figs, like quarter them, and then pour some whipping cream over them, and then give it like a minute and try them. And I was like, all right. I'm not a big sweet person, even though whipping cream isn't sweet, but like combined with the figs, it's like a dessert. Y'all, it was so good. I felt kind of fancy.
Cool.
I also drank a coffee with it.
Is it similar
At
to
about
berries and
10:30
cream?
last night.
You know?
I guess it is very similar.
Biggies and cream?
Basically the same thing as berries and cream.
That's pretty cool, and I haven't heard of that before.
But there's y'all a recipe. Maybe I'll take a little picture of it because I still have some figs left and some whipping cream. I'm never going to use that whole carton of whipping cream.
You know, you did remind me of another thing that's happening right now. There's been a bit of a trend this year on social media.
Does it have to do with figs?
No, it has to do with cream, though.
What is it? What?
You take half of a melon and you freeze it.
Okay.
And you've scooped out the seeds and stuff beforehand, right? So you literally have that little bowl.
Yeah.
In that bowl, when you take it out, you might need to let it thaw back out a little bit if it's like hard frozen. You add some heavy whipping cream or half and half or whatever like fatty cream you have, and take an ice cream scooper and just start shaving the sides with the cream. And as you do that, the fresh shaved melon, the frozen melon, mixes with the cream, and you make this like sorbet ice cream.
My mouth is watering.
Because
right
the
now.
cream freezes when it's on the melon.
That sounds so good.
It's like your own little stone cold creamer.
Stone Cold Creamery. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to say.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Marble slab, whatever you have.
Tyler, are you going to make that? Although you...
I already made it.
You already made it and we're just now hearing about it? This is why we got that comment.
I know. Well, I'm telling you now, it's going to be recorded for all history.
Yeah, for everyone to hear. We need a photo, though. We need a taste test.
I'll bring some in. I think it would be even better. I tried it with cantaloupe, which was fine. And there can be, I don't know. I tried to pick the best cantaloupe I could. It smelled really sweet. It was soft. I think it did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm a bigger fan of honeydew myself. So I really want to try it with honeydew.
I think I like cantaloupe better. They're both great.
The cantaloupe turned out really good too. I found that my partner Sarah ended up just eating the shaved frozen cantaloupe without the cream. She preferred it that way, which also sounds good
Which
too.
also sounds amazing.
It's like a shaved ice, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like the melon. And you can also drizzle stuff on it. You can add little toppings like honey, cinnamon.
All of our listeners right now are probably turning their
my.
cars, getting off that exit to go get them.
You got a little
sweet
agave.
treat.
Why don't you try that? You got a little date syrup.
Tyler.
Try that.
Oh my God. You're getting so fancy over there. It's reminding me of that year that I grew a bunch of melons and they did great. It's before the squash bugs found my my veggie garden, and I don't really grow a lot of melons anymore, or zucchini or squash. But
This was a store-bought melon. I'm going to be real here.
I know that. Maybe our listeners didn't. You should have lied to them. Just kidding, listeners. We don't lie to you.
No.
We don't lie
I would
to you
never
ever.
lie.
Never, ever. But I had all these cantaloupes, honeydew, and watermelon. I've talked about this, but it just brought it up. And I was so excited. I had already harvested a handful, and they're so good. Cantaloupes that you grow yourself are amazing. And
when it works, it works.
Out one morning, and there was just one kind of sitting to the side of my vegetable garden that had been like hollowed out, like something like got a hole in it and then like got all the fruit out. And I was like, okay. I mean, y'all know me. I'm okay with little critters in my bed. It doesn't really bother me that much. Next night, something happened.
What?
I walked out there in the morning, a complete massacre.
No.
All of the melons were destroyed.
No.
Yes, they had all been like, there was like a hole in it. They weren't cracked open. It was like something was able to like get a hole in there to get the fruit. And then you could see the little, the little scratch
paw
mark,
marks.
the paw marks on the inside where they had just like scraped out everything. Like, how many raccoons would that have been?
Could be in a little family.
There wasn't
little
like a
crime
ton.
syndicate.
There was probably like 12 to 15 melons total.
Okay, I almost thought you were going to say raccoons.
There
12
were
to 15.
12 to 15 on my ring cam out there. Oh, I should set up a garden cam.
You have to. You have to.
I'd get to see my groundhog getting into trouble down there.
We've done that, and let me tell you, it is a highway back there, a wildlife highway. There's so many visitors who stop in.
What kind of camera? While we're on this topic, like what would you suggest?
We use a hand-me-down Arlo camera system. It's not amazing. There are even cheaper ones though that you can find on the Big A website, or you could find them out in the wilds of Best Buy. Some of them they have mystery apps. You know, they're not big brands, so do your own research there. But most of them will do well. Just a little 2K camera. I'm sure there's also some what do you call them? Trail cams.
Yeah.
That can motion trigger, have a light that turns on. Those you could probably get at, I don't know, Academy Sports, Walmart.
Huh. Okay. That reminded me, I did get my mom a birdhouse that had a camera on it for Mother's Day one year.
How's that?
She loved it, but she would get my dad walking down the stairs all the time because it was motion censored. It would record when the birds would fly up and then alert you on your phone. But it just shot straight out. So my dad would trip it every time he walked past, and she would think it was
a big bird.
It would be my dad.
That's funny.
It was the best. But yeah, I want to get more involved with my critters' lives. I want to see them all the time, especially at night.
Yeah.
That's when I feel like they're really up to no good down there.
I made a little custom steak. And so if Sarah wants the camera in a certain spot because she thinks the raccoon's going to like take a drink at a spot or something, or
She can just move it.
yeah, I'll just tap the steak in and then hang the camera on it.
Amazing. So it's a mobile camera. Now, it's not corded, right? You just charge it?
It's wireless.
Okay.
So it has a little hub in the house and
Yeah.
it's close enough to get the Wi-Fi. But there's some, like the trail cams can record to an SD card.
Yeah.
So wilderness surveillance. How about it?
Oh my gosh. I'm really looking forward to this now. I'm going to do this when I get back in town. I can't have any more projects before I leave.
It is
To go
really
out
funny,
west.
though, to think that, to catch a thief in your garden,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to use all the tools of the trade.
You do. I just want to see that groundhog being so happy.
You got to cue the Mission Impossible music.
My garden right now, I just want to give a quick shout out to Rudbeckia. She is showing off right now. All on the roadside, just our straight, I guess it's just the straight species.
Clean and perfect.
It's just going crazy. But all of my other ones, I had some that bloomed a little earlier in the season, but most of them are in full bloom right now. They're so happy.
They are.
They're yellow. It's the happy color. They love the heat. They love the sun. They just keep blooming.
You can't deny that black and yellow.
No, you can't.
Like goldfinches, black and yellow. Sunflowers, black and
Black
yellow.
and yellow.
Rudbeckia.
Black
Just
and yellow.
great.
Except for Prairie Glow, which is orange and yellow and black.
Yeah, those are great too.
I love my Prairie Glow, except last year I had one. We had a storm. It blew over. It blew over so hard because it was so tall that it pulled the plant out of the ground and broke it. So I had to replace it. Now this year, this one has blown over. And it's come out of the ground just a little bit. I stomped it back in, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be okay.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope she pulls through.
probably be okay.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Shout out to the great spangled fritillary butterfly I saw this weekend too. And I'll send a photo to you, Caroline, so you can get that up there.
I will take it. Where'd you see it?
Out in the woods of Big South Fork.
Oh, that's right. You and Sarah took a little road trip out there.
We did. It is a wild place. It's a great place if you have horses and off-road vehicles or bicycles, because there are a lot of little forest roads that you can dance around. And it's like a big outdoor playground, and there's a campground and stuff. A lot of wildlife though too.
I haven't been there since, what was it? I think it was 8th grade. We took an overnight field trip to Big South Fork.
Sounds about right.
I remember listening to music on my Walkman. That's my biggest memory of that. And then having a picnic lunch by some water.
Cool. There's
Yeah.
definitely water. There's the Big South Fork River.
That's what it was. Had probably a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right there while I was listening to my Walkman. It was
Yeah.
great.
And you can also see some big leaf magnolia.
Did you see some? Were they blooming?
Oh yeah. No, they weren't blooming, but they were just massive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you see them in the woods?
yes. Yes. They were lining one of the forest roads, so there was deep woodland cover here, and they're just putting out their solar panels, catching that light all the way down there.
I love that.
So
That makes me happy.
take a trip out there. It's a very remote but unique part of the state of Tennessee that I feel like maybe some people skip over for the Smokies, but it's a great dark sky park.
What does that mean? What is dark sky?
So there are places around the country where there is so little invasive light from cities that you can see the night sky bright and vivid. And it's great for star watching, stargazing, and you can, astronomers go out there and look at stuff.
Oh, so it's like dark. I get why they call it that. That makes sense now.
Yeah. It's cool.
Did you guys stay out there at night so you could see the stars, or did you go on home?
Negative, drove home.
Negative, drove home. Well, maybe we'll all take a big camp trip one day
Yeah.
and we'll go on out there. But I think it's probably time to go on
We got to take a trip
ahead and
to
take
this
a trip.
past Saturday's episode.
That's right. So we talked a little bit about recipes, like I said, and we had just the 4 of us for this week's broadcast. So you will hear myself, Tyler,
Myself.
with Josh Carey, and David Bates.
Enjoy.
Today, our esteemed host,
Yes.
co-host on the show here, Caroline Gant, Tyler Blankenship.
Good morning.
Welcome. a somewhat flattened look to Tyler.
He was tweaking and twerking a while ago. What's
He's
up?
less flat though.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not as two-dimensional
Thank
as
you.
he appears.
Thank
He-
you.
You're doing
he
great.
actually is
I need the comfort.
He actually is like Johnny Carson's license plate used to say on his car. I actually got to see it in the parking lot of KNBC in Burbank. 360 guy. That was his.
360 guy.
Yeah. So
That was the Benz.
so if Tyler, if you're ever looking for a vanity plate, you can go with 360 guy, and I think it'll make it work for you. So
That might be available.
No, he's going to be Maverick.
yeah. Well, anyway, we're
BTM, Big Tater Maverick.
Big Tater Maverick.
Big
Love that
Tater.
nickname. You love it so much. You love it.
so we're
Do I?
glad to have
You do.
Wait a minute, wait a
Everyone.
minute. Big Tater?
Big Tater Maverick. That's his.
Okay.
How did you not know that was his nickname?
I don't know.
Everybody calls him that.
BTM? Okay.
Just Caroline, specifically in the office here right now.
Well, I'm trying to get everyone to call him that. I think it's great.
I've never uttered those words spliced together with conjunction to anyone, let alone Tyler. But you never know; it could
You
You
happen.
just got to get inside
Hey, Colin
Caroline's mind.
says that's actually pretty good, Tyler. And I like to think he's talking about the nickname,
Yeah, because I didn't make it up.
not your body in this area
just-
right here.
Do we ever make up nicknames for ourselves, or do we merely accept the ones that are assigned to us by others?
I think we should accept the
did-
ones that are assigned to us and not make up our own nicknames.
I did not accept the one the Amigos assigned to me.
What was that one?
Can you say that on the air?
Gordo.
Gordo. Okay.
Oh,
Well, you know, you or I, neither one have been referred to as Flacco, which is
No,
and it won't happen.
Okay.
that's good.
So that would just be, one means fat, the other means thin. So
Yeah.
Oh,
you can figure out which one is which. So
Maybe I'll be media in the middle.
Oh,
es
there you go.
posible. Pero
I like Big Tater Maverick better.
BTM. Yeah,
that
man.
may be the one that we need to go with.
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome in.
Yes.
You know, we talk about all the things going on in your garden. We'll talk just a brief moment about what's going on at Bates Nursery. We got our last piece of concrete poured this week, which is, you know, it's a big deal because I can check that box. All we got to do is stay off of it for just a bit. Now we did pour 4,500 psi in heavy reinforced wire on balusters or chairs, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Were they
So-
number 2 chairs or number 3 chairs, Dave?
Probably number 3.
Threes, okay.
Were they high chairs
I mean,
or
you
low
can't,
chairs?
You can't.
You get you some number
You
4
can't-
rebar or number
you-
5?
It had no additional rebar in it other than what the
Why the heck
reinforcing
you- Oh,
wire.
you rewire? Con wire?
We use that wire, we have in our buildings here. It's
Yeah.
extra
Extra.
heavy. You would never buy that for the purpose, but we were not going to reuse it for anything else. So, I mean, it's cattle panels right, and hog panels.
Yeah,
they
man.
are, I mean, you can grab a 16-foot piece by one end and it won't bend. That's how. So,
I'm not
anyway,
grabbing it.
that's
It'll hurt my
what's
back.
in the concrete, never to be seen again.
Yeah, buddy.
That's our intention anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that poured. Give us another week, and we can start driving on it.
There you go.
So we're pretty happy about that, and we're continuing to work through. This is project time of year for many of us. Bates Nursery is not the exception. People often remark to me about, "Wow, you guys have really expanded," and it's the same piece of property.
Yeah.
It's no larger, not even 1 square inch than what it ever was before. But we're always working at improving the facilities, and part of that overlaps into Caroline's one of her specific areas of responsibility, which is the containers. And we're going to really, and then of course, in conjunction with our friends over at Crosland Builder Supply, we got some material to start bringing in to build these racks,
You call, we haul you all.
and we're going to get that done and just keep moving right along. We have guests arriving in about 3 weeks,
Uh-oh.
so we're pretty excited about that. And these are like 100 garden center owners from around the country who will be coming to see us. And it's not just us. They'll be seeing others as well.
Who's putting the gift bags together?
Tyler, Big Tater Maverick.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're working on all that, all the
Every
niceties.
one of them going to have a Rolex in it and everything.
They might have an Earth Mix card in there.
A Hermes.
That's even better.
Yeah.
I think
so
I'd rather have a
we
bag.
obviously are going to, try to put our best self forward and create a good experience for those that are coming to see us. We really appreciate that opportunity as a part of the conference associated with garden centers across the USA. So
we have also refreshed our tall grass prairie plants.
It's gorgeous.
Wow.
On the nursery. So,
and of course, no
at
show would be
waves of
complete
color.
without giving a shout out to Bridget on that. We've got a few
That's right.
samples
She's an
in here in the
expert.
studio today, and Caroline will be talking about that more a little later on. But yeah, the grasses that we have to choose from right now, and I was remarking with her and others yesterday that it hasn't been that many years ago where pampas grass was it. It was the only ornamental grass. It had a nice plume on it. Ivory feathers is another cultivar of that, which was improved as far as it's looked, shorter and a little fuller. The downside to those is that they're not very winter hardy. You can count every 2 to 3 years on having to replace those because they just freeze out or rot out. So now we've got this selection of grasses, thanks to Bridget, that are all encompassing of the best of the prairie, and they really add a lot of interest to the landscape, not just in the difference in the seed plumes that they have up on them, but also the variance in colors of the foliage. So
I took one home last week.
we'll see.
My
And I
first
know-
kloofie.
I'm sure that Bridget thanked you.
Which one did you take? A pampas grass?
No. The pampas.
Oh, you took the
That one was over here.
little blue stem that was on the table.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that one. Don't remember the name, but I do remember that.
It's
So-
kloofie.
So
Are you talking
anyway,
about Cassian?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, maybe that was it. It wasn't on the table then. It was on the floor. It was
It
a
had the
fountain
little
grass.
blonde plumies on it.
Yeah, the little
Corn
floofies.
dogs.
The floofies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
floofies.
Cassian.
I was thinking of the one on the table, which was a little blue stem.
They're all worthy of taking.
So
home, in
anyway,
my
Anyways, we
opinion.
have a lot of grasses.
yeah, we could talk the entire show and never get out beyond our own feeble brains.
That's
But
true.
that's not the way we roll.
No.
We depend on you interacting with us and letting us know what's on your mind. And Caroline's front and center on receiving that information.
Sure am.
Let's see, Linda,
And-
Donna, Yvonne, Joyce, Colin. Let's see who else. Kay is out there. Buffalo's out there. Jude's out there. Alita's out there. Everybody join.
I'm going to read this from Yvonne. Back in the 80s, I worked in a local garden center. All the landscaping men would say Yvonne for my name. I'm not sure if it's Yvonne or Yvonne.
Yvonne,
I would say
yeah.
it starts with a Y, so they decided to call me
Yvonne,
Yvonne. It stays with me to this day. Yeah, things really stick. And, man, we have been through a lot of nicknames here.
My favorite tennis player of all time, Yvonne Goolagong-Cawley. Remember her?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Easier to remember
Goolagong.
women tennis players as opposed to guys. Or
Oh, no, Bjorn Borg was bad.
beyond, yeah.
Bjorn,
Yep. Yeah, there's
Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Ely.
yeah, well, fortunately, we don't have to deal with the problems and pressures that those high-paid people do, because it doesn't always go well for
No.
them. So, nor does it always go well for any of us.
Yes.
So, we're happy to be where we are, and we're happy to be a part of what's going on in your garden.
Yep.
So, Caroline, what you got for us?
I got a lot for you guys today, but I do want to start with what I got in my garden. Tyler, throw up that picture I sent to you this morning.
What you got is
5, 6, 7, 8.
hose this morning being out watering.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my hose that got run over by a lawnmower yesterday. I was like, how did you know? Tyler, do you have the picture?
Yes, I do, actually. Here
It'll
it comes.
let you know when you hit
Boom.
one.
I got my first potato.
Look at there.
Talk
at
about
that.
big taters.
Talk about Big Tater Maverick. There it is. And you can kind of see my wildflower bed behind it. looking
I
colorful.
love the colorful potatoes.
I do
That's
too.
the purple one?
It's a purple one. I
Cool.
bought it in Michigan a couple years ago when I was visiting my brother. So I save some every year and then grow them. I have, I think, 3 containers of this potato this year.
And to be sure, containers are the way to go with those because as the eyes sprout, you can slowly fill the container to give those stems support. And then, so do you just simply dump it out, or do you dig your hands down in there?
I just dump it out. It's fun, and they roll everywhere.
Yes.
Sometimes there's not a lot, and it's really disappointing. But I think this year is going to be a good year.
Good tater year.
Good tater year. Looking at you, Tyler. All right, so let's go ahead and
Yes,
get into
you
some
are.
questions. Let's start with the vegetable question since we're already on that topic a little bit. Is it too early to start kale and collard green seeds outside for fall harvest? Is it too early?
Well, I wouldn't say it might feel too early, but you're actually right thinking. If we were in what could be typical for August weather, it would be very tough to get them up. I would say you should really wait a bit just to be statistically on the safe side, a couple, 3 weeks. And, the deal with fall vegetables of all types is that you run out of growing weather on the tail end of it. So if you don't get them, it's kind of that catch-22 in that, if you try to get them started too early, they just won't do that well because they'll bolt on you or whatever. Or if you wait too late, they don't have enough time to mature. So they require considerable amount of attention. If you're growing them from seed, you got to pay close attention. It requires a lot of interaction. So it's one of those things
bunch of
that
bugs out there still this year.
Yeah,
too,
there's a lot of bugs. There were a lot of bugs on my greens this year.
That's the downside to having so much rain is that, all of our little critters seem to do quite well. That includes pathogens.
Yeah.
So I would say give it a couple of weeks.
Kale germinates really quick too.
Really quickly.
Yeah, so you don't have as much of a rush with kale. What was the other?
Collard greens.
Collards. Yeah, you might start the collards a little earlier, but the kale comes on.
Because you really can't eat the collards until you get a little cold snap.
Exactly.
Because they'll be even more bitter.
Yeah,
So
that's no fun.
The window comes to a close the further we get into September.
Right.
But in August, that's kind of when you want to start, and you need to look at the days to harvest on some of these leafy greens.
and
some of them are shorter, some of them are longer.
But most of them are somewhere between 75 and 90 days. Is that right, Tyler?
But lettuces could be as soon as 35
Yes,
days.
yeah,
So,
they come. Leaf lettuce in particular, it comes really fast. So you got it's more
and
forgiving.
Maybe you want to do some succession sowing. So you might get some come up early and maybe some of that bolt, but then the later ones you'll
Is
get a harvest.
succession sowing something that you do for somebody in the future?
Like yourself?
After you die, I'm leaving you my lettuce. This is my succession plan.
It's only the root crops. Only the root crops
okay.
that you do that with. Yeah.
It's never a bad time of year to add Earth Mix to your garden. Earth Mix garden products are sustainably sourced, living soils and amendments crafted to give you the best success for your gardening efforts. Establishing a raised bed? Use Garden Premium Topsoil Blend for an excellent performing growing medium for flowers and vegetables. Amend your gardens with their supernatural compost, with all the nutrients needed to recharge existing soils. For houseplants, their Proganics Indoor Grow Mix is a fantastic potting medium that will feed for up to 6 months without the need for additional fertilizer. Earth Mix is sold only at independent garden centers, so head over to earthmix.net/find earthmix to locate one near you. Success begins at the ground level when you use Earth Mix garden products.
So we got a live question in from Colin. So staying on the veggie garden topic.
Good morning, Colin.
Good morning,
Morning.
Colin. Colin says, I'm growing eggplant for the first time. How do I make them bigger? It's producing, but they are pretty small.
Yeah. Clever using that non-typical term. For
I know.
them.
I was like, I'm not going with this.
Au-
We're just going to call it an
aubergines,
eggplant.
aubergines.
I mean, there are some small cultivars that I've grown before that are like this big.
Yeah.
They're in the nightshade family.
I
so-
actually prefer the small
little bitty baby ones.
Yeah, you could, because those can be, cut up and eaten raw.
Yeah.
And the big ones, they get a little tough.
They get a
If
little
you're
like rubbery. And,
Yeah, I'm not into that.
I don't like them.
But if it's not
Yeah.
the small ones, what does Colin do to get them bigger?
I've grown eggplant before. To me, they just grow similarly to a tomato. And when I have grown them, I've gotten them to be decent size. It's just by having decent available water and fertilization.
Yep.
So
Yeah, and when he says bigger, I'm assuming he's talking about the actual plant and not the fruit size.
I bet he's talking about
I was thinking the fruit size.
I would think.
But he doesn't
It
clarify
says
that.
it's
there.
producing, but they are pretty small. Yeah, Colin, let us know. Colin, be more
maybe
descriptive.
just try thinning them out, Colin.
Yeah, his use
You know?
of pronouns is inconclusive. We don't
Leave
can't
one
just-
on there and see what happens to it.
Colin, you're doing great.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Teresa says, Josh, I love your dimples. I like that comment.
Yeah.
And then we did get something directed towards Tyler. Tyler, where are the photos of your garden recipes? Y'all have mentioned doing a recipe spot, and I am
he
ready.
forgot.
I don't have any of that, but I do have some other photos I can share.
Are they your recipes?
They are my raised bed.
Oh,
Well, that's what your recipes would come from.
That's right. I'm giving you an example here, and it's a little bit difficult to notice because things have grown together, but I've got some oregano, rosemary, and some walking onion that have walked all over this bed. And
Really?
then there's a bunch of peppers in there as well, Cuban L and a no-heat jalapeno called Fooled You. They're all growing in there
Why would you want that?
because
I love the flavor of
love
jalapeno.
the flavor of jalapenos,
Jalapeno.
not the heat of jalapenos. And then switching
even
over...
hot.
There you go.
Those are the walking onions that I've harvested, and those will be going into a recipe, which I will talk about. And on the left, a progress update. My fall gold raspberry is finally budding
Wow.
and hopefully going to bloom and produce fruit this year for the first time after it got whacked so hard by drought last year.
Yeah, fall golds have been sad. We've talked about it a lot on the podcast. Mine is just doing nothing.
How long have you had those planted?
Over a year now. I planted them, I think, spring of last year, and they just got wiped out at the end of last year when it got really dry and hot. And I tried to water it. They're in a raised bed, so it could have been something related to that. But they did not do well this winter, and a lot of other people are claiming that as well.
I want you to try that walking onion on some caprese salad. Just a couple of 3 little slivers.
I will.
Yeah.
It's actually spicy.
I'll
It's
bet.
spicier than your average onion, and it kind of puts it more into shallot territory.
There you go.
Oh, but not Gene shallot.
No,
No, okay,
no.
that's Gene. That's a old reference. People go Gene shallot.
Uh-huh.
He used to be
I don't know who that is.
on
Movie
the
critic.
Today Show years ago.
Ah,
Had the best mustache on the planet.
He
though.
had one that was about that
Oh.
wide,
Like that.
and his hair just kind of grew all into it. So
Well,
Oh,
it was
I'm
all
gonna
one
have to
great
look
big
him
thing.
up.
And
Oh, one great big thing.
It was.
Hey, back around to Colin's eggplant.
yeah, I
he said
remember
the
him now.
plant is massive. So the plant's massive. It's just the fruit on it.
Yeah,
that is
Oh,
big.
yeah.
Yeah, got the label.
thin that
Colin?
fruit.
yeah, it could be that it's getting the
lot of
maximum amount of nitrogen where it's pushing lots of growth. So maybe you need to, if you've been additively giving it fertilizer, maybe you need to back off on that, or just concentrate on adding a high phosphate fertilizer to it, something that will help it to produce more fruit and not vegetative growth.
That's the middle number.
Yep.
The high middle number.
High middle number.
So think about that.
Think about it, Colin.
A middle.
And while you're thinking about that, think about this. Tips on growing red bell peppers. Ours seem to go bad before they start to ripen.
You too?
Yeah, well, I think that's more attributable to the rainfall and the frequency thereof. This past month and I think I mentioned it during the forecast. We had measurable rainfall all but 8 days in July. Now, not everyone, that's just from the weather station here at Bates Nursery. Not everybody got rainfall in that frequency. Some people got even more. But we've had it more regular than we might have wished for, particularly on things that really don't like to stay that wet. And peppers are one of those things. They really prefer to kind of dry out. They do pretty well in semi-arid climates. So naturally, when you get excessive water or excessive frequency of water, it's not good on them. So you could try doing some things. One is just back off on the rain. You notice on the photographs that Tyler had, if those were growing peppers in those raised beds, you could put a sheet of poly over the top of it to over those frames there to
lessen it a bit.
Yeah. So there are some things you could do.
He's got his peppers on the perimeter too. That's where mine thrive the best, is on the perimeter.
And the reason being is that any kind of a raised bed or a container always dries along the edges much more quickly than in the middle. So, that's another part of it, is just the practices you use and where you're trying to grow them.
I've never really had success growing the decorative peppers. I mean, I'm with you. I feel your pain. It seems like they get growing and they turn green, and then something gets them, a bug, or they just rot out on the stem. I mean, it's always been the case.
Well,
I'm having really good luck with an Italian pepper this year. It's a small one, probably as big as a golf ball or a little bit better. Gorgeous, and they taste really good too, folks. I'll remember the variety.
Okay.
A little small red one.
If you get it, share it with Caroline. We'll get it up on the Instagram.
I will.
Yeah, we would love to
and
see
if
that.
you wanted to share it in the literal sense, like bring in and let us try it, that would be okay, right?
Okay. Yes. I'll
You're
bring
gonna
in
eat
some
it?
peppers.
Oh my gosh, Tyler, bring in some peppers. Make us a little recipe.
Let's have a little pepperama. How about that?
All right.
Done.
Okay.
I would love that. You talked about your tacos with your limes that you've harvested on the podcast.
That's right. I just got a lime harvest from my Persian lime, so that's bigger fruit. I think it's about the size of a golf ball. I'm pretty happy with it, as they're pretty much the same size that you can get from a grocery store. And yes, I quartered them and squirted them on some tacos. So
and for my purposes, and I'm a lime fan, the smaller round ones, which don't look as nice,
the key limes,
more like a key lime. They're not that small, but they're a thin-skinned. Those are the ones that are the real juice producers. Those big ones that look like a green lemon, they look nice, but they produce little juice. Yeah. So those are not my favorites. That's just my personal preference. I'm not into looking at the outside so much as making use of what's inside.
There you
That's
go.
right. It's what's inside that counts.
I tell you,
so I'll remember that.
With citrus, it really is satisfying when you actually get your harvest, as there are some things that you do kind of have to contend with for the plant to be happy enough to finish fruiting. So once you have those things under control, and mainly I'm talking about aphids and mealybugs and scale, things that could affect it. And Caroline has helped me manage that a lot along my journey with different ones.
Hey, Bill Hayes on Facebook is saying we have a bunch of limes.
Buffalo!
So it looks like he has been harvesting some limes over there. I have a lot of lemons on one of my lemon trees. They are still green, so I'm waiting for them to turn yellow, which will probably be a
Well, we're having South Florida
time.
weather this summer.
And a decade
really
ago,
don't.
we hardly sold citrus, and citrus has really become an increasingly bigger item for us. In those things that, because you can't leave it out over the winter, but you can leave it out for a good 9 months out of the year.
Yes, you can.
And
Give them to your children. They don't take care of them.
Oh, did your children kill some? Wow.
I had a real
That's
test
unfortunate.
of friendship. I recommended a Meyer. Yes, I recommended
test
a
of
Meyer
friendship.
lemon to some good friends of mine who come out here to the nursery. And I said, okay, listen, it might scare you going into winter if you don't give it enough light. It might drop its pants, all of its leaves. And then you have these bare stems to contend with, but it's going to come back. So have faith. Well, so that was a couple years ago. Just saw a photo online. They have fruit on their lemon
There you
tree.
go.
They hung with it, and we're still friends.
Hey, good.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what?
So you didn't lose a friend over a lemon tree.
And it's always
lose a kid.
dangerous to have a citrus-based friendship
That's true.
because you just, that's a scary proposition.
We didn't establish over citrus. It was just one of those trust things, but we built a bridge, and the bridge is holding.
That's
Very
good to hear,
good.
Tyler.
Okay, so many things to think about in life.
Yeah, man.
All right, let's get another edible question in. I want to plant blueberries. What varieties would you recommend? Pink lemonade is my favorite out of what I have growing.
Nice.
That's the one that I feel like I can neglect a little bit more, and it produces more than anything else. It's the only one that produced this year for me.
So I
got
can tell
about
you,
6.
I can tell you in terms of chilling hour requirements, we're here in Middle Tennessee. We need a little bit less because we are a little bit warmer than, say, some of the mountain climates.
Right.
Brightwell and Tiff Blue seem to be recommended for good performance.
Yep. And, most of your rabbit eye cultivars are acceptable here. And those are all rabbit eye cultivars. That's I don't know that you really see anything else here.
That's because the rabbits eat mine.
Yeah.
And the
Your
birds.
rabbits are,
I've got a herd.
they must climb.
Yes, they do. They stand on their little back legs.
Well, they got nothing
That's
else
cute.
going on,
Huh?
Josh.
That's right.
That's
what
just the
they
way,
have.
that's what rabbits do. So
I haven't put the bird feeders out yet, so I mean they'll wait.
It's not quite time for that.
I know.
All right, we have a question about what we have here at Bates Nursery. So that's where we are broadcasting from. What late summer or fall blooming annuals do you have as plugs or packs? We have been getting quite a few, or starting to get more of our fall annuals in. We don't have them as like the small plugs or the 4-packs. We don't typically get those in the fall, but we do have some really nice zinnias that you can still plant. Those are in, I think, some 5-inch pots. There's quite a few things. Celosia is back there. That's going to go into the fall because it loves the heat.
Some say there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. But we say Bates Nursery is. Located in Nashville, Tennessee, Bates Nursery and Garden Center is a separate world unto itself. They feature the widest variety of plants, including trees, shrubs, native plants, perennials, houseplants, and specimen evergreens. Their knowledgeable staff will assist you with any gardening needs, catering to any experience level. Open year-round, and Caroline, tell them how to get here.
Bates Nursery is located minutes from downtown Nashville off Briley Parkway, exit 19 in beautiful Whites Creek, Tennessee. You'll see it's worth the drive from anywhere. No time to visit the nursery? Shop online with delivery and pickup options available for the greater Middle Tennessee area at www.batesnursery.com.
So if you want to learn a lot about living and a little about love, visit Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932.
So we've got a live question in from Connie. Connie says, is it too late to separate irises to get blooms for next spring?
I hope not.
Do you need to separate yours?
And, iris are pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they're almost impossible to kill. Now, you can work with the natural cycle, which gives you better results, but frequently when you get an iris bed and they get too thick, you just got to dig them up when you got
Throw
time
them on the side and give them to the neighbors.
they've got those big tubers on there. It's not going to kill them. I come down with the thought that you just need to do it when it's time to do it. Because they might not bloom at the perfect time, but they're still going to bloom and they're still going to do pretty well. And they're not going to die. I defy you to kill iris. They almost are indestructible.
Yeah, I have not been gentle with my iris at all.
Okay.
When I've dug them out, it's usually aggression, and I'm trying to pry them out like popping little things out of the
So
dirt.
when you're in a mood, is that what you do, Tyler? Or you just go, hey, I'm going to get here and dig those?
I'm running out of iris.
So you're
but
in,
it's not-
you've been in a mood too much.
It's not due to moodiness, but it is due to just how dense they get.
Yes.
And I've got other stuff to plant. I got rid of all my iris along my driveway, and this year did a huge scatter bed of zinnia seeds. And I have never been happier to have a 4-foot wall of zinnias of multiple colors
Yep.
next to my driveway. So
And I have noticed personally that I have gotten much more dense as I have gotten older.
Uh-huh.
On it,
You're a little
I'm
thick,
talking
yeah.
at least in a cognitive sense.
Oh,
That's the old growth talking.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's go ahead and get to some photos because we got quite a few in and we are quickly running out of time.
Let's do it.
So our first one is going to come from Natalie. Natalie sent a photo of some of her hibiscus. I originally had 4 hardy hibiscus planted in a landscape pocket near my pool. Planted this past spring and they all grew and bloomed beautifully at first, but now 2 have died. I noticed one completely wilted, and when I looked at the main stem, it was mostly black near the base. The second one I lost part of it the same way, wilted, and when I looked at the stem, it was about half black. For this one, I cut back, scraped off all the black, and pulled out the dead part. The last half lasted about a week, and then I lost the rest. I don't know if this is root rot, as the actual roots look healthy when I pulled it out. See picture. Is it possible for just the stem to rot, possibly due to a lot of rain we had recently in the last month? I did try copper fungicide on the second one before all of it died, but I think it was too late. These are planted in a heavy clay area. Like I said, it wasn't the roots that rotted. What can I do to save my remaining 2? And should I not plant any in that area anymore? I would appreciate any advice you might have. I attached pictures for reference.
And the answer is yes. Stem rot is a real thing, and particularly when you've got very dense soil like clay soil that doesn't perk all that well, and that soil is residing against the stems. And you've had
tremendous
copious amounts of rain. I mean, yes, it's a perfect recipe. You might consider planting them a little higher if you're going to remain in that clay soil. You might consider amend your soil with something like earth mixed landscape to help lighten it a bit, to promote drainage. There are a number of just physical things you could do that should mitigate the need to use fungicides to alleviate the problem. So if you can do those things, it'll go a long way to help. But stem rot's a real thing.
Yes, it is. I lost mine that way. It was pretty sad. And then Trisha sent a little video of a hummingbird moth. Here's a short video of a hummingbird moth that has been visiting one of our butterfly bushes. It shows up in late afternoon just about every day.
Sometimes known as a hawk moth.
They're so cool.
They are. And, they're easy to mistake for a hummingbird because they're about the same size, but their wings only flap at about maybe 1/10 the rate. They do flap really quickly. Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
And that was Risha, right?
That was Trisha.
Trisha?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Risha had one too, though.
Was it Risha?
Yeah,
oh, sorry. When I put it in here, it auto-corrected. So sorry, Risha. I was like, nope.
Don't be autocorrecting, Reese.
Don't be
It doesn't work. Trust me. It does not work.
And then we go.
Speaking of working, but you notice how quickly that was moving from flower to flower. It's amazing.
It was working hard. Not hardly working.
Yes.
And then our next one comes from Emily Boyd, and it is not a hosta picture. Emily says, team, this maple tree in my neighborhood is always the first to leaf out in the spring and the first to start showing fall colors.
That's
I
crazy.
snapped a pic this morning. Hopefully the color shows up in the photos. Stay cool, Emily. That's gorgeous.
showing.
I mean, and that's indicative of trees that are grown from seed. There's this wide genetic variance in their habits, both in growth habit, also other attributes such as the size of the leaves, the color, how soon they turn. And so it's not unusual to see selected individual trees exhibit things that are different than others of the same thing because they are, in fact, seedlings. And those who are in the horticultural trade tend to select certain trees for certain attributes.
Well, it's going to drop its seeds too first. Yeah, probably.
Likely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
But that is gorgeous, Emily.
dominantly DNA.
And then Kay Matthews sent this week in my garden. I'd like to exclaim that I got my first ripe fig today. Congratulations.
I've been pulling.
It's too bad Austin isn't around to tell him that even a 7-foot ladder isn't tall enough for me to harvest the ones at the top of the tree. And next year, I will definitely trim the branches closer to my height.
Yeah. Now, for reference, we have a fig that's been in our side yard for many years. We now cut that to the ground every year.
Is that your Chicago Hardy?
Actually, it is not a Chicago Hardy. It is, and I can't quite call the name, but it is very
King
similar.
Arthur?
King Arthur, thank you. It's not one that we've had for sale very much. It is a prolific. I've got a few hundred figs on it right now.
We're going to be making preserves this year. That's
I need
absolutely
to
the case.
figure out how to get you some so you can preserve some of them for posterity, I guess.
Mrs. Carey would.
Yeah, we don't. I don't eat them. Well,
She puts sugar in them, David. You won't eat.
They've got sugar, period.
Yes,
So
They do.
but I love them.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't eat them.
They're great. And our last photos come from Donna Brooks. Donna said, "What is this weed out of control in my garden this year?"
And give me one moment to get that in there.
And the
'cause
weed is.
It was sent during while we're boom, 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 boom. There we go.
I have this one too. I don't know what it is, but it is a monster to pull up.
It's almost like a little mist flower or something, but not. I have it in my yard too. And
I would rather say
it's prolific.
I'm uncertain than to speculate on.
What does iPhoto say it is? Okay.
What is what photo?
iPhoto. There's if you have an iPhone, you can generally get a direction to go. It's not 100% accurate.
Yeah, it has a very soft pink bloom once those little buds bloom. And if you get a photo like that and you tap the information icon, sometimes you can get a read on what it is.
It looks like it could be like some kind of a wild, maybe salvia, something like. But I don't. That's totally a shot from the hip. I cannot tell you with certainty.
Yeah, and we'll follow up with you, and we'll do some research on our own and figure it out for you too, so we can.
One of the deficiencies of real time information.
That's
Sometimes it's not really timely.
And we're going into overtime a little bit, but we did have a question from Cecilia. We can get to that really quickly.
Was it live on? Sorry, I thought we were done, so
it's a
I
live,
stopped checking.
It's okay. It's a
All
live
right,
question.
She says, "I have a wet weather Branch Creek in my yard. I need a ground cover to keep it from washing out. Please help."
Vinca minor works really well for that. Now it's if it's in it's considered a semi-invasive in some areas. However, it'll only grow really well where you have the correct environment. So if you've got a shady, moist creek bed, it's a beautiful ground cover. You get great flowers in the early spring, lavender colors. I really like it. I don't consider it to be invasive because it never spreads outside of that zone. So
it doesn't climb either. So
no, does not climb. So I think that's a good choice.
I love fescue too. Don't forget just good old fashioned grass down there. So, I mean,
if you got enough light to support it, fescue gets a little tall. So, it does require mowing. Yeah, creeping red's not all that.
It's not all that red.
It's
not red at all. I don't know why they call it creeping red.
So, there you go.
That's an old argument.
There we go.
You've exhausted our
overtime
memories
there.
for another week.
K. Matthews says mulberry weed could be what it is, and that's an accidental invasive that was introduced. So
Oh, that
Mulberry.
seems.
it might be on the dirty dozen list to remove from your yard.
Okay.
Oh,
Always good information.
Yep, and the bonus minutes, 3 bonus minutes this week of the Gardening Inside Out program. Next Saturday morning, we'll come back and do another hour or so of Gardening Inside Out. Hey, like, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications for on all the socials so you can make sure you get caught up and get the first thing. Sign up for the newsletter. Sarah's doing a great job with it, by the way.
Absolutely.
So for everybody here at
I
Gardening,
jumped in there this week.
You did?
Yeah.
I saw that. But she does a good job, too.
He does a great job.
See you next week. We really appreciate you joining in.
Tyler here. Gardening Inside Out podcast is looking for sponsors for 2026. If you have a business that's plant and gardening related, or if you know of one, please get in touch with us at gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to Gardening Inside Out. It's hard to believe we're into our 3rd year as a podcast, and we love hearing from you as we learn who our listeners are and what y'all enjoy about it. If you love the show, we greatly appreciate any likes, follows, shares, or word of mouth recommendations. If you've already done so, thank you for your support. There's many ways to get in touch with us, so send us a text with the fan mail feature or email gardeninginsideout@gmail.com. Happy gardening and see you next week.